Just gonna be jumping right in here, but so today I want to spend a few seconds kind of talking about perfect keyword research. Um, uh, let's kind of dive into a little bit of a background story, where I got the data and what I'm going to do with it. This is a bit of a how-to on long tail keywords. So hopefully you'll find this pretty valuable. I'm doing this kind of for my team, but I'm going to post it on YouTube so anybody else who gets stuck will get some great help too. So I've been doing this for many years. 15 years of online marketing expertise, and I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. So I'm doing this for my own website. So that's why I don't mind showing this off. First thing you want to do with any keyword tool is start off really general. Okay, so you want to start off with a really high level topic like email. Okay, then what you want to do is basically download the whole export. It's going to shoot off like 670 some odd keywords. Sometimes that'll be 400 or 500, 600, but anyway, a large amount of keywords. So this is a really high level. Now the next thing you want to do is just do a Google search for Excel keyword count, just because I'm lazy, and take this formula. Maybe you want to save this formula somewhere, but I just find this is easiest. Copy that, and then what you want to do is paste it into the top right corner here, like I've done here. Then, just because this is how AdWords works, change this to the letter B, because that's usually where your keyword's going to be. And you're going to get a whole bunch of columns, but I'm only going to keep 3. I want to know the monthly search volume, the competition. Now this is AdWords competition, not SEO. So it's important to remember that just simply means how many advertisers are interested in that term, and the suggested bid. Because the suggested bid, it's an auction when you're advertising on Google AdWords, on Google search. So it's interesting to know just how high the auction has gone, because it gives you the commercial value of the keyword when you rank for it. I won't dive deep into commercial value, but obviously if people are willing to spend $50 a click, it's a high converting keyword because it's worth putting $50 a click into it. So anyway, what I'm doing right now, as you can see, email segmentation is 2 words. I'm doing a keyword count. So I'm just going to keep going along here and just dragging the formula. I'm almost done here. So let's keep going here. And there we go. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I really want to see what the longest search phrases are that have the most search volume. So what I'm going to need to do is sort my entire chart, largest to smallest, based on that column. So here's my 10, for example, 10 searches per month, and 10 words. Here's another interesting one. Basis for segmenting consumer markets along with examples. Major basis for segmenting consumer markets. Anyway, how to start an email to a customer. Now it's still kind of general. Explain different ways of segmenting customer groups. So now that we've got this data, I'm guessing you're probably wondering, what do we do with this and why do long tail keywords matter? Frankly, it is easier to rank for a long tail phrase than it is to rank for a 2-word phrase. There's just simply too much competition in Google. So the reason I'm even doing this video in the first place, and what I'm going to dive into here, is that this, by doing this approach here that you can see here, I've automatically found that there are some interesting search phrases that I can write a blog post about. So I'm going to pick one of these and actually write a blog post about these, but I'm looking for email marketing. Now, in my case, obviously this here was just an example. I actually typed in email segmentation because I'm going to write a piece about that. But the next one I'm going to do is going to be email. So who knows, maybe it's worth going through that real quick too. Anyways, I thought you might like to look over my shoulder and see how I do this. So why don't I just go ahead and do the next one, since I have to do it anyways, because I need the knowledge, and I think it might be useful for other people doing this type of work. So I'm going to download these ones. Oops, not at all. Download Excel. Save file. There comes up the file. So this is what it's going to look like raw. So right away I'm going to get rid of the currency because it doesn't really matter. Come on, you. Delete that column. I'm going to get rid of these because they don't really matter. And I've got my monthly competition suggested bid and my top level keywords. Now I'm going to do a cheat here. How many do we have here? 674. And how many do we have in the other one? Almost the same amount. I believe this cheat is actually going to work. I am going to steal this entire column here, which has my keyword volume formulae in it. Back to Excel. Back to my other one. And I'm going to paste my formulae in here. Look at that, and it worked. So there's one keyword count for there, one for there, and so on. Now I'm going to do my largest to smallest, expand selection. And now, look at this. We've got a whole bunch of people who don't know how to log into Gmail. Woohoo! In the email or on the email? That is the question. Okay, 6. A whole bunch of people stuck on how to log into email. Outlook sign-in page. Gmail account on mobile. So what I'm looking for right now is something marketing related that I could write about email, but I just wanted to see on a high level what this is. But I think you're going to see right away that this was, I went broad, and in this case it kind of burned me. This is literally, there is obviously tens of thousands of people every day who type in, how do I log into my Gmail and Hotmail and Outlook accounts? So data never lies. That's literally one of the biggest long tail phrases people search for. So what we can do now is we can take one of these 2 and 3 word phrases that has the highest search volume, make an email address, website and email, online email accounts, yeah, so this isn't going to help me. So I think I need to go more specific. I'm going to have to go to like promotions tab to see if people are looking for information on how to skip the promotions tab, for example. And look at this. What it's doing right now is it still knows we're talking about a Gmail related topic. So I'm actually going to have to type in only include keywords that contain the words promotions. Getting a little tired. All right. There we go. Gmail promotions tab. Gmail move email from promotions tab. Gmail delete all promotions. How to remove emails from the promotions to primary Gmail as a negative keyword. Oh, it just says added as a negative keyword. That's an Adwords function. We're using this for market research. Still, 140 people searching for how to move emails from the promotions to the primary. So that's interesting. That's probably just people trying to organize their inbox, though. May not necessarily be marketers. How to empty it, how to stop ads in the Gmail promotions tab. Mailchimp Gmail promotions tab. That's pretty specific. Let's see where they're... Yeah, that's pretty consistent year round. It's about the same low volume. Mailchimp goes to promotions tab. Look at this. 70 searches a month in March. But still 50 a month. That would be a great topic to write a blog post about. So I could do the export, but there's only 37 keywords here, so it's just kind of worth sifting around from here. You know what? Let's go ahead and type in Mailchimp and just see what kind of things people get stuck on. I'm going to remove this caveat that it must have that. Alright. Okay, so here we've got MailChimp now. MailChimp alternatives, blah, blah, blah. And there's our 682 again. So, gonna download this. You've seen the process. Well, let's do that in an instant replay. Okay, so there's our folder again. I'm gonna kill off all the extra junk. I'm going to get rid of the currency because that doesn't serve us. Expand that. I think I could just Control V, couldn't I? No. I'm going to copy the column here again like I cheated last time. Paste it there. There it goes. Updated the formulae. Now I'm going to do the largest to smallest sort. Expand selection. There we go. What is MailChimp and how does it work? Please tell me somebody's actually written a blog post about that. So the next phase after you find your long tail phrase that's interesting and you maybe want to do something with it, the next step is to fire up a browser tab of some kind, and then and just search it and just see what comes up for that phrase. So obviously a couple of ads. This is a resource box, and Google's of course going to steal this from us with some structured data. So they're basically going to getting started, then MailChimp shows up, and then here we've got how to use MailChimp. But nobody's actually written one about what is it and how does it work. How exactly does it work in practice? So this is another person asking on Quora. Quora is another great place for market research. But let me just wrap this video up because I'm going to go off and take my data and start turning it into something. Actually, that might be fun to do on this video as well. Okay, so what do you do once you identify some opportunities here, okay? So I'm seeing some potential for a MailChimp guide of some kind. So the next step, once you've got this data, the next thing you want to do is get something like a mind map software. FreeMind is my personal favorite. You probably see a previous mind map pop up here. Yeah, there we go. Reasons marketing fails, for example. But I'm going to create a brand new one. And then what I'm going to do is just leave that keyword data up there based on the what do you call that? Based on the highest volume there or whatever. I'm going to put MailChimp in the middle. MailChimp. And then I believe the way this software works, you hit enter and you get a new thingy. So, what is it? How does it work? We've got use it with WordPress. Somebody's asking, WordPress is in there a lot. How do you add emails? The language is important. I mean, I know we might say the word import if we're nerds and we're marketers, but the research says, how do you add emails? So we need to use that language. I'm seeing that actually written there a couple of times. The word import isn't used by layman's or by, newbies. They're not going to call it that. So how to send a MailChimp email. How to send a MailChimp email. Notice they don't say how to send an email. They call it a MailChimp email. Again, language super important. We need to make sure that this shows up for these types of search terms. Create an account. How to create an account is another one of these search terms. How long does it take to send? How to integrate with WordPress. We kind of covered that. How to send, how to use for email marketing. How to set up a MailChimp newsletter. How to set up. What else we got here? Love how Matt can scroll with keeping the other window on. How to connect. How to add subscribers. Pay as you go. Open source email marketing software. That slipped through somehow. Using MailChimp to send emails. Best free email marketing software. Send email to MailChimp list. Send free email marketing software. Download web-based email marketing software. What is an email? Okay. What is MailChimp used for? How to set it up. How much does it cost? Customer service phone number. How to use Mailchimp templates. Mailchimp templates. Templates. So this is just for me, so it doesn't even matter if I do put misspellings into this. Best Mailchimp plugin, which is most likely a WordPress thing again. Mailchimp, best time to send. How do you use Mailchimp view and browser link? I don't know what that's about. How do I use it? Best time to send. How does it work? Add Mailchimp to your Facebook page. Mailchimp play video in an email. How to create a Mailchimp account. I think you get the idea. You're looking for kind of like the high level topics in the long tail. You'll notice I'm prioritizing long tail over highest search volume. There's probably other keywords that have more search volume, but I don't stand a chance for ranking for them. So these are kind of the things that I could just write a blog post right away, or a small guide, or heck, even a Kindle book about. I could talk about what is it, how does it work, how do you hook it up with WordPress, how do you add emails, aka import, and create all those things. And now once I've got this, I've got my guide outline. Now I just get to town on actually writing out these things in my own words, maybe using pictures or whatever, sort of a Neil Patel style video Neil Patel style blog post, writing out exactly how to do whatever this stuff is here. Obviously I would save this and send this to my VA, or actually go ahead and do this. But anyway, so I think I'm going to stop here, because creating content is pretty straightforward. If I wrote what is it, obviously it's one of the most popular online email marketing platforms. How does it work? Well, you create an account, you create an opt-in box, you install it on your website, and then either you drive traffic to it or you import your existing list from somewhere else. How do you use it with WordPress? Well, obviously you insert a form using either a plugin or manually inserted chunk of HTML. Here's where Mailchimp's forms are. You get the idea. So next thing is, now we know there's the demand. We create this content using this title, using this table of contents, and now we're off to the races to create something with SEO value. I could also take these terms, because you'll notice the prices are actually pretty reasonable. I could get myself an affiliate link at MailChimp, and then, or even just, create an opt-in box and just kind of get a whole bunch of newbie marketers into here by advertising on these terms for 15 to 17 cents a piece, 27 cents, etc., 18 cents, and then drive all these brand new email marketers into my list. And then obviously from there, sorry, you're probably wondering, wait a second, how do they get to your list? So if I write this guide and I run Google AdWords ads onto these keywords, choosing these as my target, and they click onto my blog post written with this title or table of contents, on that blog post somewhere on the right hand column or in a pop-up, I would have an opt-in box with some kind of a thing that MailChimp users or brand new email marketers might want. Anyways, I'm going to wrap that up from here, but this concludes how to create and find long tail keyword phrases using the most basic approach. I hope you found it useful, and I'm going to upload this.